Hey guys, I'm Doctor McFarland and welcome back to the channel. Before me today is the Fractal FM9 and this is truly an amazing unit. All the tones I've been able to create so far have just sounded spectacular and I could not be happier with this purchase. So what I want to show you today is the different layouts and more specifically the effects layout and how you can start customizing how this looks. So if you look at the paper that you received with your FM9, it shows you this little heel to toe action that you do with the far right switches. And this shows you all your different layouts. So we got presets, scenes, effects, more effects, looper, per preset, tap tempo, sets and songs, and channels. So I'm going to go into effects. I'm going to show you exactly how I've customized the first page of the effects layout and then show you how to do a few more things. So first what we want to do is go to the home page, then use the e-encoder and press to go into our setup. We're going to look at the FC controllers onboard foot switches and press enter. And let's go all the way back to the beginning where we are on the easy page. Okay. Now it specifically says tap any foot switch to view its settings below. And I actually did all this without having to look at the manual, which I was pretty proud of myself. But I may still need to look at the manual a little bit just to get any extra tidbits of knowledge and workflow suggestions. So I am going to choose scenes right here. The current layout we are in is the third layout, which is effects. We have the view 1 and the switch ring color is pink. And we can use our navigation buttons up and down to get to our different rows. But for the tap function for this switch right here, I changed it from the flange that was previously on to the scenes button. Because I probably want to be able to access my scenes while I'm in the effects layout. So I chose category is layout, function is select, layout is 2, and you can actually see what this changes to right here. So layout 1 is my presets, layout 2 is scenes, layout 3 is effects, more effects, and so forth, just like you saw on the master layout view. So layout is 2, and my view is 1, and the mini display is going to be the name. And I'm not going to have a hold function on this switch. So that's how I created the scenes button on this switch. And now we can press exit and go back into the FC controllers switches option. And now I'm going to show you how I assigned my drive block and its 4 channels across 2 different switches. So you can see that it says drive 1, and I'm using the A channel and the D channel. Don't ask me why it's not A and B and C and D. That's just how I happen to assign the certain blocks to the channels, and I didn't feel like changing it. So it's perfectly fine. A and D works, and then we got B and C over here. So for my category, I chose effect. For my function, I chose channel toggle, because we are toggling between 2 different channels. The effect is my drive 1. So you can see how I can go in here and change to like delay 2 and all kinds of other stuff. I'm going to keep it on drive 1. My primary channel is A and my secondary channel is D. And the mini display is going to show both channels. I can have it to where the destination channel shows, or I can show the current channel, or I can show a custom. I'm going to go ahead and show both channels, and it gives you a little bracket around the channel that is currently on. And I'm going to go ahead and hit store. We're going to save this, and we're going to go home, go to setup, A encoder to enter. And now you can see I have the drive 1, B and C pretty much the exact same way. Now, what's really cool and what saved me a little bit of time is I actually use the copy switch and the paste switch functionality to go from drive 1 over here to drive 1 on the second switch. And then I just went in and changed the channels that I wanted them to be assigned to. So I felt like that was pretty easy. So I want a multi-tap delay that I added in the previous video to this preset to be right here above my delay 1. So for that, I'm going to choose this delay 1 switch. I'm going to hit copy, hit the switch that I had my drive A and D on before, but then I moved it over here. I'm going to hit paste, and I need to make sure I press enter for yes. Now you can see I have it set to delay. So all the previous settings that I had on this one switch is now copied over. And now I can simply go down to effect, and I can choose my multi-tap delay. And there's multi-delay 1, which that's the correct name. Now I can hit store and enter, and that saves it. So if we look at my preset here, you can see I have a secondary reverb, which I don't necessarily need to get to all the time, but I can always go into the more effects over here and add in a reverb. And you can also see I have the multi-delay on this page as well, but I didn't want to have to go back and forth between different pages to access something that I might hit more times than not. And for the secondary reverb, I'm more than likely going to turn this on via a scene. Maybe I'll have like a wet ambient scene for my auto swell type sound, so I can turn on the volume and a secondary reverb and the multi-tap delay for that sound, and then go back to another scene to have different options show up. So you can see right here on the scenes layout, I have the effects button assigned to the top row on the far left, and this gets me back into my effects view. So scenes right here, effects. If I want to get back to my presets, I just do the heel to toe kind of movement. Then I can choose my presets. I can bank up and down to get to different presets. But really, so far, I found that I really enjoy just using this one preset. It's kind of like my kitchen sink option. And I still have the option to go into scenes and choose different groups of effects without having to tap dance on and off and go between different drives and maybe turn on my tremolo, maybe turn on my delay, and so forth. But right now I'm mainly playing at church, and the songs that we play aren't really that advanced. I'm not playing like super worshipy like Bethel or Jesus Culture type stuff. I'm just doing like some basic hymns, and we might play some Big Daddy Weave every once in a while and so forth. So my needs may be different from yours, but this preset works for me, and just make sure I save it one more time. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Be sure to subscribe down below and click the bell. I have a goal to reach 20,000 subs by the end of the year, which is 2023. So if you're seeing this in 2024 and you've seen that I have 20,000 subs, then you know that the people that support this channel really came through and helped me reach that goal. But until then, it's 2023 in March, and I have a long ways to go. So if you like what I do here on Dr. McFarland Studios YouTube channel, going over guitars, different musical gear, then please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.